There's so much to discuss, so let's get straight to it. Was it a penalty for Real Madrid, Christian Vieri?
For me, it wasn't a penalty 100%. I think those fouls in the box, they happen all the time. I think that if a referee has to give a penalty like that, first thing he has to be in front, not in the back, because in the back he can't see properly. He's not right in front, you know. He sees the two shoulders of the players. And for me, it wasn't a... First thing, in a game like that, last second, if you give a penalty, it has to be 100% accurate. You have to be in front and see it. From the back, it's very hard. And those fouls happen a lot of times during the game. And let's not forget that during the game, they were, falling in the box a couple of times. So, referee has to be secure 100%.
That's an Italian perspective.
No,
They're just siding with Juve.
No, I don't care about you if they go. If they go through, I'm happy. If they don't,
come on.
You know how many you have a game like that? What I want to say is that if you're in front, give it. But if you got to be sure.
He's tackled him from behind.
You got to be sure.
Yeah, but he's tackled him from behind. He's got a hand on his back, and he's got a foot hitting him, and Vasquez has gone down.
Okay, of course it's going to go down.
It's got to be a penalty.
Of course it is.
I tell you, here's the thing: if he doesn't give it, there's even a bigger problem because everyone's going to say, "Come on, that's a blatant penalty. You're cheating there." So for me,
I played 25 years always in the box like that. You know how many times you try to get penalties like that? You can give, you can't give. But what I think is that the referee, if you're going to give it, because you're behind, so you don't know if he touches the ball, pushes him or not. You don't.
But you've got assistant refs who can sneak into the whole
He didn't say anything, the assistant ref. He was there saying, bah. He didn't say anything. You know how many times? But how many times in the box do you shove, pull,
from behind?
That's how Thomas earned his paycheck.
It's one of the toughest decisions that this referee had to make. The call at the moment is unbelievable. There's no right and wrong. Exactly. It happened so hard. So you got to look first at Vasquez's body position, which is in front of the defender. Yep. There is a push. But is he going down already on a slight contact? That's one other thing. Vasquez has a pretty good opportunity to score, so he probably doesn't want to go down. Then the leg comes through. There is contact with the ball, but there's also contact with the torso. So I think this is a penalty, in my opinion, based on the loss of the game.
You called this in live time for our Canadian audience. What was your initial thought?
My initial thought was disbelief, because we're getting set for added time in one of the greatest Champions League matches that we've seen. And to have it just ripped away at that last moment, I know we're going to get to this perhaps a little bit later, but you can understand why Gigi Buffon just lost it. And he wasn't the only one. But guys like Batistuta, Vieri's talking about it. Maradona even said, not a penalty. Albelda came out, said, not a penalty. Lineker said it was very soft. If you're going to call plays like that a penalty, there will be a penalty on every single corner kick in the game. There wasn't. He didn't call one for that. You have to remember Lucas Vasquez just a few days before got a yellow card for simulation, trying to get one in the Derby. He's won now 4 penalties this year. He knows how to go into the box, get into the position where contact will come, and make it look convincing. Perhaps even better than most. Was there contact? Yes, but way too soft to be a 93rd minute game winner.
Question for you, irrelevant of the time, because the time shouldn't have any impact. If that happened after 20 minutes,
soft penalty.
But it's still given as a penalty, so why should it be different in the 93rd
minute? Gonzalez, in my mind, one of my favorites, mainly because he made every single game a sitcom, but he was also a very good ref. Was it Andujar, another old La Liga ref? Both of them have come out and said, not a penalty. I've seen it in Mexico. If you talk to refs, it might not be exactly 50-50, but there is a significant plurality of refs that might say it was, but there's a consistent number of refs who say it was not.
Some say yes and
but
some
the
say
ref on
no.
the pitch said it was a penalty.
That's it.
Okay,
yeah, that's true.
The only thing that I say...
And VAR wouldn't have overturned it because...
The only thing I say is that the referee is not in front. If you're in front, it is or it isn't. You think it is, okay, it's a penalty. But it's behind. You know what I mean? And when you're behind, you can't see properly. You don't see everything 100%. That's what I'm saying. Then you want to give it, you give it. There's hundreds of penalties you give, you don't give.
So 2 yeses, 2 noes. Now, as Phil alluded to, it was obviously noes. It was obviously a very emotional moment for all of the Juventus players, conceding a penalty so late on in this game, and Gigi Buffon's reaction was deemed to be worthy of a red card. Was the referee right to send him off?
For me, he gets sent off quite early if he offends him. We're gonna see. Okay, you told me what he said before upstairs.
Yeah.
Can you tell me?
No, I can't say it like that.
Well, if he said that, well, then he's gonna get sent off. But if he's just doing that and screaming, it's not enough, right?
It became such a double whammy because the PK, when I watched it, I said, it probably is one. But then when Buffon went off, I felt this empty feeling all of a sudden that this game is going to be decided with not the best goalkeeper in the world in the goal. That was the hardest part for me emotionally.
Does that make it an emotional aspect for all of us as viewers and fans? Because generally, the general consensus is everybody loves Gigi Buffon.
Yes, and you shouldn't make decisions based on our emotions. But I really felt for him. But you know him better than I do. I mean,
I agree. Listen, I've known him for 30 years. But if you say something offensive to the referee, like Kay said upstairs, you're going to get sent off.
But then he continued afterwards in the mixed zone and continued to say things about the referee. Obviously, you're still emotional after the game as well. But can his actions be justified there?
No, I think he should have been calmed down there. But him arguing with the referee is the right thing to do. Because what they managed to do was delay the match by up to 5 minutes. Now, anybody other than Cristiano Ronaldo, their nose would have been like that. I mean, he slotted that penalty, one of the best penalty finishes I've seen. But the idea is good. You delay the match, you get in the referee's face, you slow things down.
Maybe get a little extra time added on.
Yeah, and then everyone's around Ronaldo, giving him a hard time and scuffing up the penalty spot. And they did everything they could. Yeah, everything they could. Don't touch his hair.
In the NFL, if you take a look at Twitter, what's been going on in the headlines, what I guarantee you is probably going on even in person. Why would anyone want to be a ref? Because you can say he got the call right, but he has been absolutely vilified. So if you ever wonder why a ref can see something in the 93rd minute and let it go, just ask Michael Oliver.
There are many supporting him as well,
What I
I
think
might
is
add.
that, for me, if it's a penalty, it's a penalty. But for me, he wasn't in the right position to
But
give a penalty.
he had the assistant behind the goal.
But
He
the
had the assistant
assistant
on
was
the
like
sideline.
he didn't say anything.
How do you know? How do you know if he said anything?
Because it would have come out in the papers.
And that's a great point. And okay, we'll move on. They have to give that referee behind the goal absolutely more responsibilities. He's the only one, and I agree there
He's in front of him.
that the only one that can make probably the 100% correct decision from
They
behind
have that
Bobo knows
responsibility.
is
They
very
have that
tough.
power.